Hey everyone, and welcome to your May 2022 readings. I decided to change up the scenery since it's just super beautiful out, and also speaking of change, I changed up the format this month. I might change it back, but this month we are focusing on all love readings across all signs. So that's what we're focused on. Remember that this is a collective reading for your sun, moon, or rising sign, right? So if this particular one doesn't resonate, I would check out your other two signs. Speaking of which, if you're wondering, I don't know, I follow tropical, I follow sidereal, which one? I would say just whichever you resonate with the most. So if you resonate more with sidereal and those associations, then follow the sun, moon, rising that's in that system, right? Or vice versa. So the timestamps will be down below as well. There are links also for how you can book a one-to-one reading with me. Of course, if we're doing collective reading, we can't hit the mark for every single like Aries or Aquarius all the way down, all the way through, right? So if you want something specific that is specific to your situation, I would recommend booking a reading with me personally. The links for that are down below. Also for how to get 20% off and 50% off of a one-to-one 90-minute reading with me. Last thing I'll say, oh yes, cards and cocktails. We didn't do it for the month of April. I know, I just got so busy. So we are doing it, cards and cocktails, hangout. It's a live hangout on Instagram that I do on Instagram. I might choose to do on YouTube. I still haven't gotten around to deciding whether I want to do it here or not because I have more people that follow me over there versus here. This is brand new, so we'll see. But if you want to stay up on that, follow me over on Instagram. I'm probably most likely going to be doing it either the first weekend of this month, which I know Mother's Day is there, so I might not do it then. I might do it when the moon is in Sag later in the month, which I think is around the 26th, 5th or 6th or 7th, something like that. So again, if you want to stay up on that, follow me over on Instagram. Last thing I'll say is that there are new monthly subscriptions that you can check out over on Patreon, and that's in the description as well, for how you can get ongoing divinatory guidance if you are going through a really stressful period, a transition period, with work, with life, with love, with anything, and you're wanting some like ongoing guidance. There are two options that I would recommend, right? One of them is a monthly subscription for weekly 30-minute readings, right? So that's like tapping in every single week on like what's up, right? And that's either live or recorded. And then the other is for a monthly reading with me for 90-minute reading, and that's either live or recorded. I only have a few spots for the lives, especially just because I need to make sure that I can deliver them. So if you want to get something like that done, feel free to hit me up. Without further ado, please continue on to your readings. Let me know how you like them. If you want me to stay focused on love, maybe we'll just keep that rolling for a little while too. I don't know. I'm still playing around with this channel, so I will talk to you guys next month. Thanks. Bye. Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your May 2022 reading. This is for Sag, Sun, Moon, or Rising. If you skipped ahead to this part and missed the beginning of this video, I explain something that you're going to see a little different this month. So this month we are focused on love readings for all signs. So if you want to know a little bit more about that, feel free to go ahead and check that out. We are going to get into it though. So also, something to keep in mind with love readings, you want to make sure to only be thinking of one person, all right? This is not for thinking about multiple people. You want to really keep one person in mind to keep the energy really clear. Again, I said this in the beginning of the video, if this doesn't resonate with you this month, it might not have been your message. Check out if this is your sun sign, check out your rising and your moon to see if those resonate more. And if you want a truly specific deep dive reading for you, then feel free to get a reading with me. Links for that are all in the description. All right, let's get into it. So the first row is going to be about you, dear Sag. Starting off with the 6 of coins. Interesting. Not even going to comment on that until we start to get a little deeper into the reading. So, by the way, this is obviously anime edition. That's what we're doing this particular reading. I've been just switching up the decks between the Zodiacs for this month. I'm just feeling it. So let's keep going here. I'm feeling like this needs a little bit more of a shuffle. Almost there. All right, so Okay, then we have Ace of Swords and Two of Wands. All right. The next row below is actually going to be about your person. Let me move this up a little bit. These are longer cards. Interesting to shuffle. So, but yeah, we're doing anime edition. I get to be my geeky anime self. I don't know if there are any anime lovers out there, but I am an ultra super anime manga lover. Have been for a very long time. So I absolutely love this deck. All right, even though it doesn't have a lot of the traditional kind of imagery, you know, so I still really love it. And I also love the holographic kind of quality to it, as you'll see as we go further along. All right, so goodness, these are so large. By the way, these are so, like, to give you a comparison so that you guys can actually see, it takes up the whole of my hand. They're very long, so it's a little bit hard for me to shuffle sometimes. All right, so remember, one person. So if you are single and dating people, the one that you feel the strongest curiosity and pull towards, that's the one that we're looking at, okay? Or if you are in multiple relationships, if you're polyamorous or in open relationships, then we are paying attention to one of those connections. Or if you're not necessarily dating someone, just someone you're crushing on, have an interest in, that's who we're looking at. Interesting that I say that. And then the 10 of coins is what comes out. All right. And we are also going to be taking a look at what is coming up for your internal and external world. Now, this is something that we haven't done in previous readings. It's something that I like to do from time to time in different readings, because we want to see what's happening in your internal world. This is not just like your internal feelings, internal thoughts, internal beliefs, but it's also just like what's going on your internal world. Interesting, like how appropriate is that we got the Hermit for that. And your external world, the Three of Cups. Ooh, Sag. I like it. I like it, Sag. So let's take a look here. Make sure that we have these all in frame. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Interesting how much earth energy is coming through. A lot of coins in the space is the first thing that I'm noticing. Also, over here, I'm just noticing for you, there's a lot going on upstairs in the mental spaces. So, all right, let's get into it. Let's get, like, there's so many places that I want to go with this. I'm just noticing so many coins, right? So many pentacles. So we can see them as pentacles, we can see them as coins. In this particular deck, we see it's not an actual pentacle. It's meant to be coins, but you can see what's actually there. So, okay. Starting off with the two of you and where you're currently at, I feel like there is this place of reciprocation, like consideration of reciprocation that you are in. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be about money, right? This is just about the reciprocation of time, energy, effort, like the thoughtfulness that's put into something, right? So there is this feeling of, in terms of your romantic life, whether, and again, take the information that I'm giving you and apply it to whether you are single, dating, or in an established relationship or relationships, right? So from that place, it's really just like, this is something that's up for you in your life right now. How much energy do you have to give, right? It's like, how much energy do I have to give to this? How much energy are they investing themselves? Does it feel like it's like in the vicinity or on par with each other? You know, is it draining, or is it feeling like there's a balance between us? Interesting, I wasn't actually intending to say balance until I saw this, right? So we're looking at the Two of Coins. Now, the Two of Coins is really about you know, there's a lot of, I like to touch on the deeper esoteric meanings of the cards. So I usually bring in a lot of what's there from the Rider-Waite into any deck that I'm working with. And so what we see are some similarities, right? But we see that in the Two of Coins, there is this kind of dance of balance that's happening. There's also options. So your person is either, if they're not committed, if they're not in a committed relationship with you, they're kind of considering options. Like they have some options and they're kind of balancing that out, right? They're trying to decide how to balance out the different options they have. Otherwise, if they're like not necessarily involved with other people, but they're just trying to figure out how do they actually work out balancing the connection with you, the connection with their work and their coins, right? Their finances, their business, their work life, whatever that is. This can often indicate travel. I'm thinking that your person, the main person that you're thinking about, probably is somebody who travels for work or is going to be traveling for work, and that's kind of on the horizon here. So also along with that, I see with the 2 coins that are happening here, not the 2 of coins itself, but the 2 coin cards that are happening here, that I think both of you are focused on your careers, your career, your business, your finances. Like this is definitely something that feels really up for both of you, is the manifestation, the creation of like creating the world that you want for yourself, or for each other, like, you know, yourselves is what I mean. And also here is, I'm just seeing like they're trying to balance out, how do I work you into my space? And you're just trying to figure out like, how much do I give and how much should I be giving and how much am I receiving, right? So I'm feeling like there's an imbalance that causes the need to balance, right? So this is kind of where you both are at. You know, it's like you're focused on your own worlds, but you're also kind of figuring out like, how do we fit into each other's worlds as well, right? And then we like move forward. And so a couple of things, right? I like the moment I saw this card, I had some really strong feelings about this. The 10 of Coins is usually about this kind of legacy of wealth and creation of stability and things that are like manifest in this world, like you know, so some traditional, you know, older school ways of having that be expressed would be like a piece of land, a house, a family, you know, generations together, and like all of these things being built, right? That's how we can actually see this particular card, is there's a wealth of that's being built, that's being created, right? And so that sounds like a really great thing, right? So, and I want to say the traditional associations with this, take that and apply that modern wise to your situation, right? Your version of like what a life like of legacy looks like could be buying a condo in 4 different countries and having a person who is location independent and can travel with you and blah 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 blah, right? So apply that to how that looks for you, what you envision that could be, right? But this is about them. This is about generational stuff, and it can have to do with family. I'm getting pretty strongly, for some of you, this is somebody who already has attachments to a family that they've created, and it's causing some dissonance. It's causing some, it's a little bit challenging for how they move forward. It's part of what they're trying to balance as well, but also it's showing up here as like they're not quite sure. You know, maybe they already have a child, maybe they are leaving a marriage or a long-term relationship, but they've created roots with somebody else, and it's still there. It's not gone yet. It hasn't been removed, right? This is in the challenge position. This is what we're looking at, right? There's something that's preventing them from actually moving forward into what they truly want, and this is there. Now, that's only for some of you. I just felt that come through. So I just felt that. That doesn't mean that this is everybody, right? So how else we can interpret that for people who that doesn't apply in that particular way is they have a vision of how they would like things to look and feel when it comes to relationship, and they're struggling with that. They're struggling with the idea of what it was like meant to be. This is how I wanted it to be. This is how it was supposed to be. This is the legacy I wanted to create. And now it's somehow different and not quite the same, and they're not really sure how to work with that, right? Meanwhile, you are over here with the Ace of Swords and kind of in your head, you know, just kind of not very clear about the, like, being a little bit too much in your head about the ideas that you had about how things you wanted to be going forward were going to be, either with this person or with relationships in general. And this is something that's kind of tripping you up is, you know, normally the Ace of Swords would be about this, like, kind of this shot of clarity that comes through. And instead of a shot of clarity, you're experiencing being kind of up in your head and thinking, like, I don't know, is this what I actually wanted? There's like some murkiness that's happening here, and you're not able to completely see clearly, you know, for whatever reason, other things that you might have going on in your life, right? So, but the Ace of Swords in this position is like in your head, not really seeing clearly, like wanting to elevate things to a certain level that they are not at. Also observing and kind of just being in your head about things, I think, is the best way that I can say it, really. I just keep coming back to, like, that's the phrase that keeps coming forward, is like being in your head about things, right? So, and interestingly enough, we come into like what's happening going forward in the month of May with you guys. And what's interesting is that I see that they are in this place of, I mean, the Three of Coins is definitely what they want to make manifest in this world, what they want to create in this world, how they want things to like the foundation they want to create, or what they want it to look like and feel like and be like, right? And putting in the work. They're actually going to be, I see that they're going to be in community with other people. This is definitely something where they're going to be focused, I think, on their, oh no, okay, hold on. Yeah, so what I'm actually getting about this is that they're trying to put in the work now to figure out how it's going to look on the other side, how it's going to manifest on the other side. They're trying to lay down the framework, and they're dealing with their work, they're dealing with their community, they're dealing with working with other people, they're dealing with all of these different things, and how that actually comes together where they fit you in. You, however, are sitting here kind of on the fence. You're in the Two of Swords energy, which is like you're trying to decide, I don't know. I'm not really sure how I actually want this to go. Like, I have feelings, I have thoughts, I like this person, right? And you're needing to tap into your intuition about this. Your intuition's actually been speaking to you. For some of you, I'm going to call you out. Your intuition has been speaking to you and actually telling you what's up. And you are not listening. You need to listen to what your intuition is telling you about the situation. It's not going the way that you had envisioned. That's okay. You're in your head about it. That's okay. But you need to tap into your intuition. You're just too much on the fence. Are you going to move in this direction and explore it or not? And if you are, decide that you're willing to explore it. Give yourself parameters for how you're going to explore it. How far am I willing to go with this? How long am I willing to explore this? To what degree am I willing to investigate this connection between us? And then allow yourself to, like, but be true to what's happening inside of you, is what I'm hearing, right? When we're talking about the swords, we're not just talking about what we're thinking, right? We're not just talking about our beliefs. We are also talking about personal truth, personal honesty, right? The expression of our true selves, what we're being true to within ourselves. And so in order to be true to yourself, you have to be able to be tapped into your intuition. You're not going to know which way to go unless you're honest with yourself. You know, I get the sense that there are aspects, possibly this, that are having you question how much of yourself to invest in this connection. I'm feeling also like this seems like a distance thing because of this card here. So before we go any further, let's take a look at what's coming up here, right? So we're looking at your internal world here, the Hermit, and your external world, which is what was crossing it. Now, your internal world, yes, that can be your internal thoughts and emotions. It can also be a little bit deeper. This could be about maybe something that you can't quite name, that you're feeling in the background, something that you that you sense. I don't want to say subconscious, because I don't think it's fully subconscious. I think it's not quite as conscious. It's just like just beneath the surface. And you may or may not be aware of it. So the Hermit is all about really tapping in and asking ourselves these questions, the big picture questions. And I think that right now, Sag, you're in a place where you are asking yourself the big picture questions. You're asking yourself, what do I want? You know, again, this is the internal and external worlds that we're looking at is for your entire life. These actually are the filters through which you see all areas of your life, not just love, but your, finances, your friendships, your connections with community, blah, 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 right? So all the different things. And so this is coloring everything, like rose-colored glasses, but like these are the filters, right? So, this is like you've kind of been retreating, Sag, which I know is not a typical kind of thing, but some of you Sages out there have been kind of wanting this internal space, this retreating from all of the things, all of your business, study, relationships, whatever, to reevaluate and tune into your inner light, you could say your inner guru, your inner teacher, your inner sage, and to really be in tune with what is it that you truly want in your life. How do you want it to look and feel? What is your purpose? What is your path? These are the big questions, right? What does life mean for you? The quester that you are, the scholar that you are, right? And so I think that periodically a lot of people forget that Sages do tend to take the time to consider these things, and that's what fuels the travel and the desire to learn and teach and grow and expand, right? So this is going on, though. This is a theme that's happening currently in the internal spaces. And then we have what's covering that, which is the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups here is really just like very Sag-like. I feel like there is this pull, like a push-pull between the Hermit energy and the Three of Cups energy. Three of Cups is about like friendship, community, like libation, celebration, out there dancing, just like that kind of beautiful energy of coming together with others, which Sages love, and again, this is a collective reading, and also, some Sages are, different depending on what other transits and aspects there are in their natal chart, right? But if you are very Sag-like in your expression, in the way that you feel and sense and think into the world, then you might really relate to this. The Three of Cups is very much that kind of energy. And so I'm feeling like this kind of push-pull between going inward and then being in this celebratory kind of space, right? And so so that's what I'm seeing here. And I hope that you guys can actually see these cards. I keep looking at my screen and seeing that, like, I don't think that you can actually see the cards themselves. So I don't know if that's really super visible to you. I was trying to, like, kind of the ones that don't seem super clear, I wanted to make sure that you could actually see. The Three of Coins actually reminds me quite a bit of this Bacchanalian, right? Like daughters of Dionysus kind of energy, right? So these are the things that are coloring everything. And so with that, I feel that there is this internal, like, I mean, this is very much in a going inward as well card. You know, you think about when you're blindfolded, your other senses turn on and you're able to tune in and know truly what it is that you want. You know, knowing what it is that is true to you, being true to yourself in this scenario, right? So I would like to know, let's see, what do we want to know here? Okay. Sorry, Sag, like sometimes, ooh, I hope that wasn't too loud. Sometimes the questions come for clarification really quickly, and this one I feel like there are things that I want to know. So when it comes to your connection with this person, by the end of the month, by the end of May, in what state is the connection going to be? I feel like there's two cards there. I'm actually curious about the Three of Cups for you, and whether this is part of like your decision-making process for how you're going to proceed. You know, it's very possible that you might feel like you want to have that social energy to get some clarity, for instance. When it comes to them and where they're at with you, I feel like I would really like to know the way that we were looking at, and let's move this up here, because the way that we were looking at your internal and external world here, I would love to know what's going on internally and externally for them. So this is kind of like looking at someone's diary a little bit, I admit. So let's be cautious about that. But we get to see what's going on for them internally and externally. Okay? So that's where we're going to start. We might actually pull some more cards for that. And then we're going to take a look at, same as we have been doing for the last few months, is we're going to look at a goddess card and a god card. Now remember, if you believe in deities, awesome, these are the homies that have your back. And if not, then you can choose to look at them as archetypes. Archetypes that you can emulate. You can emulate their characteristics, their gifts, their strengths to help you navigate the month. Now, all of these oracle cards are for how to navigate the month in its entirety, right? Like all areas of your life, not just your love life. We're talking about business, money, family, connections, like a community, right? And then we're also taking a look at what is coming up from your guides, like specific straight up information, straight up message from your guides, your ancestors, and then what's tripping you up? Like what's the shadow aspect? What are the things that you're not really wanting to face or pay attention to that feel like the things that we sweep under the rug, our blind spots, the things that if we were to face them face them head on, we would actually be able to free up a ton of energy and move things forward in the ways that we want to. Lastly, we're going to pull a rune. All right, so there we are, Sag. We are going to continue this reading over in the extended version on Patreon. Please let me know what you thought about this month. I changed it up to love readings because that's what I was really feeling. So by the way, this is a manga deck, so we're going anime and manga all the way. So we're going to continue this reading over there. The links for everything are down below in the description for how to get to the extended, for how to book a one-to-one reading, for how to get 20% off or 50% off a one-to-one 90-minute reading with me live. All of that is down below, and for ongoing monthly divinatory guidance, those are also down below. So I hope to see you next month. Thank you for joining me. Let me know, do you want me to continue with the love readings? Do you want to have me go back to looking at general and business, finances, career, purpose, and then doing love over on the extended? Just curious about what resonates with people the most as I'm building my channel. So other than that, have a fantastic month, Sagittarius. I will see you next month in June. Bye.